Today is Sunday the 19th of July 2015, and this is a quick response video to Donny Serpico. He tells us his real name is Donny Serpico, but it isn't. I know that for a fact, and Donny knows that I know that for a fact. But in any case, let's have a quick listen to what Donny has to say in one of his latest rants.
Get on allskycams.com at about noon and watch from every state. Look from the East Coast to the West Coast. So you see the black dots in the sky, and that's the shadow. Right behind it. Right past that shadow, close to the sun. If you look closely, you'll see an object. Alright? Stop listening to these bullshit fucking guys that are out there to debunk everyone. They work for observatories. They got gag orders. These guys get paid. Trust me, they can't talk. It's their job to do that. They're going to try to debunk me as they've tried to debunk all the great guys that I know. Don't listen to them. Just go to allskycams.com and keep watching them frickin' cameras. And screw them.
Okay, Donny, as I've invited you previously several times to front up to me and discuss your claims about what you believe that you're seeing in these cameras, and to answer some questions such as, these cameras are all-sky cameras. In other words, they're covering 360 degrees. They're covering the whole sky, which means that any object that's going to show up in those cameras is going to be huge. Now, the supposed objects that you've pointed out are, in fact, larger than the apparent size of the moon or the sun. Now, the moon is apparently half a degree across. Now, when I say apparently, I'm saying as seen from the Earth. The apparent angular size is half of 1 degree. The supposed objects that you point out are actually larger than the disk of the moon, which means that they would be huge. They would be several degrees across in the sky. Now, you're pointing to shadows, and I'm still waiting for you to explain to me how Jupiter can cast a shadow on the sky. Now, previously I said that you had said that Jupiter or Nibiru was casting a shadow on the Earth, and you've since said that that is not what you were saying at all. You were saying that Jupiter and Nibiru were casting a shadow on the sky. Well, I would like you to explain that to me. I'd like you to front up to me and explain that to me. Maybe you can draw me a diagram with just, take a piece of paper and a pen and draw me a diagram with the sun in the center and Nibiru and Jupiter in their relative positions where you believe that they are, and the Earth. Draw me a diagram and show how that shadow is cast on the sky as seen on the Earth. And then maybe while you're at it, you can explain to me why we don't see the shadow of the moon being cast on the sky. Or the shadow of, well, you claim that Jupiter casts a shadow on the sky. I still can't figure that out, but maybe you can draw a diagram for me so that I can understand that. And then maybe you can show me all the other all-sky cameras that are showing exactly the same object at the same time in the same direction as seen from similar locations all over the states or similar latitudes around the Earth that all show the same thing as you claim is Nibiru. I'd like to see that. I found it quite curious. You're one of these people that is really conspiracy-minded, and let's just go back to 140 in your video and hear what you had to say.
I'm going over to Brazil, not only to, I was invited by these guys, having a nice trip, their followers. I'm going to go visit their observatory. At the same time, I'm going, sky flying, guys. What I do. Fantastic. They even bought me a paraglider.
What? They bought you a paraglider? Are you crazy, Donny? You know what happens to people that go to observatories to look for Nibiru. They have accidents. Oh, Donny, you're going paragliding. Oh, boy. Oh, I wouldn't go paragliding if I were you, Donny. You might have an accident. We might never see you again. Because, according to you, you're blowing the lid on Nibiru, Planet X, and we know what happens to astronomers who blow the lid on Nibiru, Planet X. They have accidents. Oh, Donny, 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 I would be very careful if I were you. Anyway, Donny, I look forward to you fronting up to me instead of blocking me like a coward, which is what you've been doing. You've blocked me so that I can't comment under any of your videos that you've made about me, which only a coward would do. I mean, for all the people that I debunk on my channel, I always allow them the right of reply. because that is what a gentleman would do. A coward would block them, and that is why I don't block you, Donny, because I'm not a coward like you. So I look forward to you fronting up, Donny, and answering those questions. I will answer your questions that you can put to me, and you can answer my questions that I will put to you. Does that sound fair? Does that sound like open and reasonable discussion? Does that sound like free speech? Or are you in favour of censorship and suppression of information? Do you believe in deleting comments and blocking people so that there is no discussion? Apparently you do. But I look forward to you fronting up, Donny, and let's have this discussion out in the open for all to see and hear. I'm waiting. Hello YouTube, this is Dazza the Cameraman. Today is Sunday the 19th of July 2015, and this is a quick response video to Donny Serpico. He tells us his real name is Donny Serpico, but it isn't. I know that for a fact, and Donny knows that I know that for a fact. But in any case, let's have a quick listen to what Donny has to say in one of his latest rants.
Get on allskycams.com at about noon and watch from every state, but from the East Coast to the West Coast, so you see the black dots in the sky, and that's the shadow right behind it, right past that shadow, close to the sun. If you look closely, you'll see an object. All right, stop listening to these bullshit